BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Surprise, surprise, it's a Farf lobby and it's raining. Welcome to round 7 of the Bronze Championship here in Italy then. And the scene of what is going to be the fastest race tonight then, and probably maybe the only race tonight, I do not know. What I do know is it's very nippy out in Monza. It's also quite nippy here in my comms box as well. Maybe I should turn the heating on, but I'm not stingy. Let's go through the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? Jay Hings leads by 1 point. It is so tight in the Bronze Championship at the moment. Absolutely fantastic. Brooksy second at 82 points, 83 for Hings. Smithy Almighty, what an incredible start for the second McLaren driver now. 13 points away from the championship leader for Smithy at the moment now. Kiki in fourth position there. Looks like a rebounded back quite nicely for Kiki. So potentially Kiki 16 points away there for Jay Higgs there. Kiki is then. So it's an all doom and gloom after the opening couple of races. 49 points for Slayer then, of course. We've had another update, so hopefully the update might have helped Slayer get his mojo back. He's struggled since that update, hasn't he? Because he won the last race before that update as well. Serious Rush, 42 points, 39 points for Sick as Smoke, 33 for Marsky, 26 for Kassar, 25 for Duncan Dave, FIFA Beefy 18, 17 for Moomin, Dynamo Dan on 10, 9 for Styles. Great result last night for Styles. 3 for Vintage, 2 for Scuba Stew, 1 for Winnie, Rocket Lee, and Swanshank said. Constructors is McLaren leads the way, 68 points. They've had a fantastic start to the season. Williams second on 84 points, and then we have Alpine 8 points for her back in third position. AlphaTauri in 17 points in fourth position. Red Bull on 51 points behind the Red Bull. 1 point behind the Red Bull is the Scuderia Ferrari. nightmare race for Ferrari on Sunday. Hopefully they can find some better results tonight then with Slayer and Rocket Lee. 49 points for Alfa Romeo, the second Italian team, and then we've got 40 points for Haas, 28 points for Aston Martin, and Mercedes on 23. There it is then. Also, I forgot to mention, happy 70th Grand Prix start to, I think it was Percy on Sunday, so happy 70th Grand Prix start to Percy on Sunday. Good stuff indeed then as we fly down into turn 1. Let me get my microphone sorted. Am I in position? I am indeed. Let us begin. We got a McLaren in front actually then, so I'm looking at the wrong person, but Jay Hings is on the intermediate tyres along with Brooksy here. So interesting stuff indeed there. Right, dry race for Rocket Lee is saying it, as Gamer's retired from the session. Of course, Gamer who has raced and raced well in gold, has he there? So some eyebrows may have raised seeing Gamer in this lobby tonight. Let's see how he goes. Not a full-time driver these days, Gamer isn't, so he probably has lost some of his out-and-out speed, as Brooks almost did a carbon copy of Lewis Hamilton back in 2009 then. And also McLaren as well there for Brooksy, but Brooksy on his way nonetheless, and even into Knowlesy, even into Goku as well then. Give us a like on the stream, Knowlesy. Yes indeed then. Rocket Lee, let's go then. Is the race wet or dry? My game is glitched. That's not good there for the former runner-up for Dynamo Dan then. Brooksy dying on the straight then. Of course, there's only two drivers on the intermediates at the moment. Everyone else is on the full wet compounded tyres there. And I wonder if Jay Hings and Brooksy are both leading the bronze championship. Probably feel that the Pirelli wet tyre is probably not a good enough tyre at all. And I agree with them, because the Pirelli wet tyre is probably rubbish. Probably the worst wet tyre Formula 1's ever had. Brooksy a 31.2. Hings a 32 flats then to set us on our journey. Sick as much, 4 wet tyres there. And look at that. Brooksy's actually might have made an inspired decision there. 8/10 a second quicker than Sick as much in the Haas car. Talking of Haas, and they got a great 1-2 last night. And I think that's their second or third 1-2 of the season already. Then Haas are really doing rolling back the years back in season 2 of Silver, when Haas were pretty imperious, weren't they? Imperious, something like that. All I know is that they have been a very good start to the season indeed. Swanshank's there in the second half, but crawling there. So we're going to be on board with Marvski and going through Curva Grande there. Hi guys, Bronze is back. Let's go then. And told you Tony Musher not to mention anything about rain there. Good evening all. Good evening to me as well. Serious Russia. Hello. Evening, Sean. By the way, good evening to you all. Fantastic stuff indeed. As we're going through the first 2 Les moves then. Of course, the real world of Formula 1 is back finally, albeit still a lot of negativity around the real world of Formula 1, isn't it? Well, of course, we've got the Christian Horner saga still going on. We got the Christian Horner saga still going on. We've also got potentially, I'm not sure how true this is or not. I get a lot of my information from YouTubers, but potentially Audi again cold feet. I think Brooks has gone faster still to a 31 flat now as well. He's found 2/10 of a second on his previous time, so that's not ideal for Sauber at all. Alrighty, it's not a very good look for Formula 1 either. Rejecting Andretti, and then the two manufacturers they've been flirting with for so long. Porsche has already decided to leave after not getting their way with Red Bull, and now Audi might be doing the same as well. So great stuff indeed there from Formula 1. Hats off. Key currently fast at the moment there, about half a second in front of Brooksy on the full wet tyres. It is absolutely raining cats and dogs out there at the moment. Goodness gracious me. And there's a lot of puddles there. I think it's a bit early for the intermediate tyres. However, Yamakovic then doesn't believe at all that he is out also on the intermediate tyres. Kiki currently fast mode. Swanshank's invalidated this time, as has Slayer as well. Let's see what Diamond Dan can do. Diamond Dan has got a glitched game, which isn't ideal, is it? And Farfa, oh my god, Sean's praising me. It was more Nigel than Farfa. So of course I joke that. Great stuff indeed there for both half drivers, and really good stuff. And Silver, very impressive indeed last night, weren't they? As I was slipping into my slumber. Good stuff. Maybe Silver should become the premium league of premium championship of ALR. Personally, anyway, a bit of fire from me. Indeed, I'm fed up with seeing a lot of gold stuff at the moment. Right, Slayer coming out of the parabolica. to start another time on the board then, along with Swanshanks as well, coming through Kerber Grande as well then. I think the Horner thing is just someone trying to get money out of him. As I mean, he is not poor, is he, lol? To be honest, I think false accusations like that should not be. It's got no place, has it? Really? And if that is the case, that is absolutely appalling. A lot of rumours. Oh, no, I don't really know. Really, it's a tough thing, isn't it? To be honest, because I hope that I don't know what to think really, but I just hope that all the allegations are false. To be honest, it's just not nice at all, is it really? And if they are false, then shame on them. Shame on the person who made the accusation as well. Swanshanks unfortunately validated his time now, so he's going to have no bite in the chair. Here comes the Ferrari of Slayer. Now we've got Rocket League coming down the back straight as well. Evening, Sean. Good luck to Bronze for Camera Racer as well. New game out on the 31st, Sean. Too soon, Goku is saying. I hate to say, I am not thrilled about it at all. The reason being is apparently, according to Instagram and Twitter and all that, it's apparently got an old engine, which means it's not going to get upgraded, which means it's going to be the same game as this one and the last one. I hope that's not the case. I'm very negative about Formula 1 at the moment. I'm very negative about Formula 1 in real life and on game as well, though. Seriously, I say not soon enough, but I hope I'm wrong. But if it's the same, I was hoping it would be a new engine and it would just be a fresh coat of paint on the game. But I don't know. Let's just say I'm not pre-ordering it for the first time ever in my life. So that just kind of says it, really sums it up. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully it's a great game. But I must admit, 2022 and 2023, 2023 is an okay game. 2022 was an appalling game. 2021 was the best game. That was the last game I had. No, it has a new handling model and engine search. Really? Now you've got my pecker up, Serious Mushroom. Fantastic. Now I'm all fine and dandy then. I hope that now I'm interested. That's the problem, you see. I just read the Instagram posts and get all my information from there. So that is really good to hear. Because I know WRC have the new engine, don't they, or something like that. It will probably be a copy and paste game, Goku saying. That's what I'm concerned by. And the reason why is because apparently it's still on PlayStation 4 as well, which is good. It's good for the majority of drivers in Formula 1 ALR, but I kind of wanted a new game. But so I hope that Serious Mushroom's right, and I hope Goku's wrong, to be honest. No disrespect to you, Goku, but I don't want it to be a copy and paste game. Because I think the last two Formula 1 games have been the lowest I've ever played a Formula 1 game. I don't think I've got past a career of I don't think I've got past the third season of career in the last two games, which is shocking, really, because usually I live on Formula 1. Sources say wet race, Farf is saying there. Oh, goodness gracious me. Well, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Farf loves to get the old the wet stuff on the circuit, doesn't he? Of course, Farf did, of course, stayed out as well last night on those very worn tyres. I gotta say, actually, let's sprinkle a bit of delight on Farf's wagon, because I thought that was the wrong move by Farf, to be honest. Great drive indeed there from Farf, and from Nigel as well. Of course, a bit of last lap shenanigans, or a bit last lap luckiness potentially from the Hans team as well. But fortune favours the brave, doesn't it? And of course, it's great. Somebody they're moving slowest time runner so far currently. Currently, so moving in at 10th and last at the moment. Serious Mushroom there. Softs were completely shattered on 74% there. So Farfair very much. It was, to be fair to Farfair, fair play actually. Probably would have. I wouldn't have got those soft tyres that far. Mine would have been on 99%. So Farfair very much the tyre articular. Avra's YouTube details are on there. And that's about the new Formula 1 game, so I might have a gander at that later on. I'll probably fall asleep, to be honest, because I'm getting old these days. But actually, Serious Mushroom has really got my pecker up, so I'm very happy indeed. Thank you very much, Serious Mushroom, because I must say, like, just I haven't really been in the Discord today either, so I haven't really seen much about the for ALR drivers' point of view, whether they're happy or not about the new game, or if anyone's happy, if anyone's feeling as negative as I was. I'm certainly was feeling negative, but Serious Mushing has really got me back on the positive, got my positive mojo back. So good stuff indeed there. Love it. Right, and it's on the 31st of May as well, which is fantastic for me, because my birthday's on the 21st of May, which means that I've got a birthday present as well, so fantastic stuff. Swanshanks there coming down the about not like how it used to be, of course. I think FIFA Formula 1, and I used to buy wrestling games as well, they used to be out in like September time every year, and I hated having my birthday in May. Swanshanks out of the final turn, across the line, goes 8 fast there for Swanshanks. 5 minutes to go in this session. There's been a moaning Sean in this qualifying session, hasn't it? So now I'm very much a positive. I'm a positive Pete now. Out of the pits comes one of the Ferraris, and Jake the Slayer and Rocket Lee are both on circuit. Only 10 drivers, only 11 drivers, only half the field has set time so far. The other half does not want to get wet. It's probably because they've got some hair product in their in their head end, but unfortunately they all wear helmets, which might be not very good at all. Swanshanks, I looked up there, and he looked a bit out of control. Movement, much better time there. 5th fastest there from Newman. On the second bike, the Cherry Kiki coming fastest by half a second there from Hings in second position. Dynamo Dan, superb third position there. Glitch game or not, Dynamo Dan is absolutely revving these conditions there. We haven't seen the best of Dynamo Dan in quite a number of seasons, have we? We've seen a really good performance of Dynamo Dan in Belgium, but of course, yes, let's not say much more about that. As Smithy Almighty got his first Grand Prix win, but unfortunately had issues with Dynamo Dan. Rumours say that Favre is loosely related to Bernie Ecclestone and owns sprinklers. By the way, way back, was it 2010 or something like that, when Bernie Ecclestone was trying to spice up the race and suggested about sprinklers? I think he was being serious. I'm sure he was being serious, but luckily enough, that did not come to fruition there. We always seem to have fun wet races, don't we? And that was one of his ideas. I got to say, Bernie Ecclestone has done a lot of questionable things, especially later on in life. But he has done a lot of good things for Formula 1, hasn't he? So unfortunately, there's always positives and negatives, isn't there? But Bernie Ecclestone is certainly the brainchild behind of what Formula 1 is like now, in terms of how much of a global phenomenon it is. Brooksy really strong coming out of Michele Alboreto there. But two bites of the cherry there, coming across the line there, goes faster by a second as the rain has eased off. But look at the spray coming off of those intermediate tyres there. It's absolute ludicrous out there at the moment. And goodness me, here's Sicker's Smoke there, 5/10 of a second up. Slayer out of the first Lesmo into the second Lesmo as well. We have, that's normally where we get most of our instances. Drainage around here, probably pretty good to be fair, because the reason why it's so green around here is it has a lot of harsh winters, doesn't it? Here's Yamakovic down the back straight into the Parabolica or the Michele Alboreto turn, depending on your era. And why have I got a load of notifications going on there? Oh, it's Luton Town. Fantastic. Good stuff. For this race, I really hope for the drivers it's dry then. Otherwise, it's going to be like braking on an ice rink. And it is a very tough braking zone down to turn 1, isn't it? Of course, this track was modified back in 2000, wasn't it? We used to have a double chicane, didn't we? As yellow flags for one of the McLaren drivers. Dynamo Dan has just popped himself in the 5th position, I think. There it's Brooksy who's crawling back to the pit lane. 2 minutes ago in this qualifying session. Now, Slayer is all enough for Slayer. And Sicker's Mug has not improved his time there. So I think the Sicker's Mug is now going for another time as well. Rocket Lee has found a quarter of a second in the first split time. Winnie there, who is in the first sector, coming into the Daniel Roger chicane. Here comes Smithy Almighty, third in the World Championship, has not set a time on the board just yet, have they? Yellow flag in the first of the 2 Lesbos there, and there's cars climbing all over each other. That's not ideal, is it? Of course, they've all had 18 minutes, but they decide to come out on circuit at exactly the same time. This is a standard Formula 1 drivers, isn't there? Of course, they wait and wait and wait, and then they decide to come out with just 2 minutes to go. Great stuff there. Indeed, there's the two McLarens there. I wonder if, Smithy Almighty, that's not ideal, as he scampered off the circuit, and that's not good at all there. Who's just jumped up the order? That was Rocket Lee, very quick in qualifying. Race trim hasn't been too good for the Ferrari, but car number 19 now have a new sixth position. I'm much warmer now. I need to watch ALR, don't I? As soon as I watch ALR, I start to cook like a roast hog or something. Before the turn and who's actually got 6 Winnie. Great time on the wet tyres. Winnie is there. We've got a lot of drivers on the intermediates now. Then with the rain just stopped lashing down. It's as bad as it was earlier on. Slayer going into a very nice third position there. Across the line and 25 seconds ago in this qualifying session. Second Mark is on pole position then for the Italian Grand Prix. Great stuff indeed there for him. But no, Kiki 6/10 of a second. It's going to be like being in Las Vegas now. Times are going to be tumbling like a fruit machine there. And so Kiki currently on pole position. The man who's got a monopoly for pole position mode. There are 4 pole positions in the opening 6 events here. And he can have another bite of cherry there. Sick as smoke there, scampering off the circuit. Red Bull around the final turn as well. That's Duncan Dave going 11th fast. The checker flag has fallen for Yamakovic and Duncan Dave. Styles and Uzak got him. Brooksy's back up in the second position, but it isn't enough. Yellow flag is out there for one of the Ferraris is off fed. And Uzak just jumped up the order as well. I think Vintage is down for the 12th position. Smithy Almighty down into 10th there for Smithy. Disappointment. Slayer and I think we're just waiting for Rocket Lee. Rocket Lee back up in the 4th position, back in front of his teammate. Good stuff there from Rocket Lee. Waiting for the Haas car as well. Cut across the line. Who is in the Haas here? Swanshank stays 14th fastest. Jay Hings the championship leader, 5/10 of a second up. Jay Higgs is good stuff. What about Winnie? Winnie, here he goes in for the narrow bottom cherry for Winnie. Currently 9th at the moment. That's great time on those wet tyres. Great stuff indeed. Winnie does not improve though. He stays in 9th position there. Movement out of the final turn. Movement on the intermediate tyres. Half a second in the second split time. Final selector is that's at 3rd position there. Jay Higgs cut across the line. Jay Higgs is now back on the second row of the grid here. And what about the other Haas car? The other Haas car has not improved his position there. Slayer then is into the pits and Kiki pole position again. Then he's lowered the benchmark. The LP driver has now. Lovely shot here from Kiki. And Uzak just jumped up the order as well. As one the Alfa Romeo says Marsky now for the 7th position. But it's Kiki pole position there. Number 5 of the season there. Kiki has got that position reserved for himself this season. 5th pole position in 7 races for Kiki. And of course, I'm hoping that he can turn it into a Grand Prix win there. As we have a lovely shot here of Kiki just coming into the Dalia Roger chicane as well. Pole position for Kiki. Fantastic stuff indeed. And I must say, I think he's trying to get that record, which was set by TK a season or 2 ago. Happy birthday to TK as well, by the way. Good stuff for TK. I hope you're celebrating it in a fine style as well, or as much style as you can on a Tuesday evening. Then, but there it is. Then 4/10 of a second in the end, which is actually a lot closer than what I first realised it was there. Kiki's 10th position of his career here in bronze, and magnificent job indeed. Kiki is very, very much a fine Vettel of a driver in terms of qualifying trim. Now Brooksy alongside with Jay Hings in 3rd position for the top 4, 3 of the top 4 in the World Championship is lined up 1st, 2nd, 3rd with movement in a superb 4th position. We'll be back after these short messages.
BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Ted Tango said in the comments that it's weird with Monza. The longer time goes on, that the more it becomes my least favorite circuit in Monza. I must admit, when I used to league race many years ago, when I was a young nipper, I I really dreaded Monza because I don't know what it was about this circuit. I just really struggled. I never got the I never really just got the pace there. Right, as there's the top 20 on the grid then. Camero, if far from do the server tomorrow, there will be rain in Bahrain for sure. And ironically, actually, Camero, didn't it? It rained in the practice, was it the testing session for Formula 2, didn't it there, which was very unusual. I remember only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain, but of course, yes, unless Farf, of course, sets up the lobby. I'm sure, did Farf set up the lobby when we had rain in Abu Dhabi? May have done. I can't remember if he was the admin for Silver that one year, but I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Sarah should have had a gap lap before my final one. Track went faster by another half a second in the end at the last minute. Well, didn't expect that. I shot myself. For serious motion, but take your finger out the plug then. How many poles is the record in a single season? Oh, I don't think it's right, but it's either 10, I might be 10 for TK. I need to have a look at that, Kiki. I'll have a look afterwards. Haha, very funny movement is saying Cover Racer 215 from Serious Mushroom there. We've getting that there isn't rain in the racer. Yes, it doesn't seem that there's going to be rain in the racer, but I'm sure that someone did mention it was going to be rain in the racer. Cass, good luck, and a big hello then. I may not have put my wing back down from quali. Luckily, I only pull it up by 2 Slayer. And of course, that's one thing you can change in Park Ferme rules, is the wings. Kiki, pole position for the 5th time of the season, and for the 10th time of his career in bronze. Kiki is fantastic. Alongside him on the front row is Brooksy, with Jay Hings in 3rd position. As I mentioned, the 3 of the top 4 in the championship there. 1, 2, 3. Goodness gracious me. 4th position is Moomin. A great performance from Moomin, with 5th, 6th spot. Rocket League, can he get a top 10 in the first time of his career? And what a way to do it on home soil for Ferrari. 7th position, Marsky. Slayer in 8th position. Yamakovic down in 9th there with Donovan down in 10th position. It's an all green fighting machines there on row 5. Winnie in 11th position with Smithy. The odd one out down in 12th position, of course, there, because he is 3rd in the championship, but down in 12th on the grid today. Vintage in 13th with Duncan Day 14th. 15th is Swan Shanks. 16th Style, 17th Scooby Stew. Serious Motion 18th. Gamer has got disqualified on the formation lap there. And then 20th is Kaz, the only driver on soft tyres. Hard tyres there for Brooksy, Hings, and Yamakovic and Duncan Day as well, as they all line up on the grid now, watching those 5 red lights then to come on one at a time. Happy 60th Grand Prix start there to Marsky as well. Happy 40th Grand Prix start for Kiki. Kiki has got a pole position in 1 in every 4 races there. Of course, quick maths there by me. Gosh, I'm such a mathematician there. Lovely stuff indeed then. I think that's the only milestones I've got tonight then. It is indeed then. So we watch the lights then. 5, go! Now, I was a bit premature there. Story of my life. Go! Here we go into Monza there as we race down into turn 1. Then look at our Ferrari on the outside there. I think that's Yamaha. I think that is Rocket Leader into turn 1. Brooksy's having a sniff and contact between the first 2 cars there. Brooksy on the outside. Magnificent start for Brooksy. And that is ideal for the McLaren Mercedes driver. What a start as he go through Curva Grande for the first time. And Singer's back up in the 4th position there. We've got Rocket League all over the back there. As Kiki and Brooksy, they make contact there, and Kiki has been forced off the road. A 5-second penalty between the front 2. He only seen the end there, and oh dear, what happened there then? Of course, the spins there, has contact. Kiki is a terrible start for Kiki. Oh goodness gracious me, I think he made contact with movement there as well. Kiki trying to get back on the road. Oh goodness me, we only seen the end of that. What happened there? What happened then? Was that a bit too? Did Brooksy move across across the circuit. There was Kiki too aggressive out of Kerma Grande. Brooksy leads, so no damage there with Jay Hings in second position. Sickers Merck in third with Moo in fourth. We've got the two Ferraris, fifth and sixth position. Yellow flag then. Issues at the Scary, I think it is. And it's Duncan Dave. And it is Vintage off the circuit there. Not good at all then as we come out to the corner there. And Elva Sky then. Kiki has not got any damage, I don't think. That's incredible. So we've got the two Aston Martins there fighting for position. Lap one completed. And Rocket Lee down the order. Rocket Lee down the order then. Yamakovic is in the pits there. And that is damage for the second Aston Martin. It's a terrible start here in Monza. A bit of a messy start indeed. And quite a bit of a horror show, to be honest. Good gosh, Kiki in the pits as well. Then as Kiki, I think has got a 5-second penalty there for a corner cut as well. Gamer up to 14th position already. Then for Gamer, of course, Gamer. Then look at this, and all over the gearbox. And a silver Grand Prix winner as well, along with Sirius Rusher. Both these two drivers have had a lot of fame and fortune and success. Oh my goodness me! Into the Dally Roger chicane there. But all fine and dandy then. But my goodness me, that's a pretty messy start into the Italian Grand Prix. We only just caught the end of the opening on the opening exchanges then between Brooksy and Kiki, as they was getting very friendly through Kerma Grande as well, wasn't it? But that was not ideal at all from either driver. Brooksy's got no damage and is on the hard tire along with Jay Hings as well. Everyone else on the medium tire at the moment. They do have a pace advantage there. They need to strike whilst the iron's hot, but currently at the moment, I've got the leader rather than the interval. But currently at the moment, though, it is Brooksy leads from Jay Hings in second position. Wow, what a first lap. Camera was saying that action-packed indeed, to say the least there. It'd be interesting to hear the thoughts after the race then, potentially about the two drivers then, of Brooksy and Kiki. That is certainly my mindset at the moment of what happened there. DRS has now been enabled, and Smithy up into sixth position there. Smithy third in the World Championship. Up the inside, passes Dynamo Dan, and Styles had a great result last night for Styles. Also up to 10th position, passes Swan Shanks in the second half car. Good stuff indeed. Good stuff indeed. Then Kaz on the soft tyres made his way up to 5 position, I'd say. There's Kiki, the pole sitter, 10th pole position of his career there, but not ideal at all. As the front two, it's sick as Muck has made a mistake there. Moomin on the outside. Moomin takes third position there, passes Sick as Muck. And Sick as Muck there be kicking himself for that again on the power, maybe on the outside there, but he's run wide again in the second left. But that's a falling couple of corners for Sick as Muck. And here comes the Ferrari of Slayer, trying to get past Sick as Muck there. Sick as Muck does have DRS and Slayer does have, but there was a nightmare second Lesbo corner for the Haas driver. Gamers past Sirius Bush then, and here comes Smithy Almighty. Qualifying trim not ideal, but race trim there. Smithy Almighty gets on it like a car bonnet then, coming down there. What a start from Scooby as well. Yes, Scooby up the 9th position. Good gracious me. And yes, that's a great start indeed there for Scooby. Where? Up 8th position there, so Scooby's had the best start of everyone there, so I get my tyres back up there. Gamer now in the 12th position, he's flying through the field like a hot knife through butter as he goes side by side, side by side and through. He goes into 5th position there, and Slayer dropping down to 6th, so we've got a lot of slipstream behind as well. Oh my goodness gracious me then, Scooby Stew, what a driver. Scooby Stew has really kicked off this season, hasn't he there? He's done a great job indeed. Scooby Stew has there, he's had the pace, hasn't he? Scooby Stew has there, that was Rocket League trying to get past Duncan Dave, and the Duncan Dave, the third out of 3 drivers, and it has started on the hard tyre. Everyone else is on the medium at the moment, apart from Cass, who's gone soft. Back on board, Scooby Stew, into the Roger chicane. Ferrari, that's Rocket League, and off the circuit for the Ferrari. Damage to the Ferrari as well. Rocket League, so quick in qualifying, but race trim. Rocket League does seem to have issues, doesn't he, in that Ferrari? And unfortunately dropped him down into 18th position now, back in the front. Kiki has set the fast half of the race there. Kiki, Hings, it's Brooksy, Hings, followed by Moomin, who is now going to be now looks like a bit of a mobile chicane at the moment there, with Sick as Muck, Slayer, and Smithy Almighty very much underneath the gearbox of Moomin, but Moomin, great job at the moment there in third position. Can Moomin repel the attack? of Sick as Muck then. Sick as Muck, I think Sick as Muck has cooled the card down ever so slightly. Jay Hinks is in DRS now. Remember, Hinks and Brooksy are fighting for the World Championship. It's been of course a very clean fight so far. Sick as Muck up into third position, passes Movement, dropping down to fourth position as we just take a look at the rest of the Scooby Stew. Now passes Marsky, who's in sixth shift, going for a start for Marsky. Gamer now into locking up the inside tire now, but Gamer now into 11th position now, flying through the field. An incredible start for Gamer as well in 12th position there, and into the pits comes Rocket League to change the front nose cone, but a nightmare start for Rocket League once again in race trim. Rocket League just doesn't seem to get the luck. Into the pits on the Ferrari mechanic. Soft tires going on for the Ferrari now as the nose cone change while Kiki coming around the far turn. A nightmare start indeed that. Back in the front, Brooksy and Jay Hinks out. They do seem to they don't seem to want to fight too hard at the front, do they? Because of course that'll just lose them time then, so they're happy to stick with it and just to pull each other along for the minute. Look at how light that Haas car in front is going. As Sick as Muck, goodness gracious me, as Sick as Muck may have said, I was going to say so the show is there is a bit of a siren outside then. 6 Muck then, 2.2 seconds then. This is the thing then. Whilst the front two are not battling at the moment, then there's all kinds of battling going on down the field. Then back on board now with Movement. Movement is alongside there. We got 3 cars, and here's Smithy, and Smithy's on the outside. Sick as Muck there's going to break as late as possible. He does, and I think that was a bit of contact, and Smithy has got his elbows out and through. Sick as Muck there, unfortunately. That's the Mercedes of Scooby Stew getting a 3-second penalty. That's harsh, thanks. I think Scooby Stew lost more than he gained there. That's a disappointing indeed. That is Sick as Muck and Newman there fighting for position there. And going down into the down Roger chicane, but Smithy Almighty, my goodness me, and oh gosh there, and now we got more issues there between Sick as Muck and Movement here, and goodness gracious me, that is getting all hot on the collar here. Movement in 4th position, Sick as Muck in 5th, and Jake the Slayer in 6th position there. And look, they're out of DRS race, that McLaren Mercedes, and Smithy Almighty is going to be grinning from ear to ear as the drivers he was fighting just left the door open for him, really, didn't they? As goodness me there. I think that the drivers here really get it a bit heated then, isn't it? It's Movement, sorry, not Movement, look, Movement's scabbing away, Sick as Muck struggling on those tyres there, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. Also have to remember for the driver strategies that may be a bit more open with the lack of dry running in qualifying for Ted Tangle there. And yes, the strategy is wide open at the moment. Lap 7 out of 27 here. Of course, it's going to be the fastest race of the season, isn't it? As here they come then, in goodness gracious me, Slayer is through. Slayer up into 5th position. We had a long shot, didn't we, of the battle between Movement and Sick as Muck. So I didn't really Sick as Muck there once again, breaking the last of the late breakers there. And was there contact in the second part of chicane? I'm sure there was a Gamer, unbeknownst to us, that is now into 8th position. There is the Red Bull driver in the background, Marsky, and Styles also fighting as well. Goodness me. As really giving you the Will Buxton lines tonight then. Goodness gracious me. I think the most infamous line for Will Buxton lately has definitely been that spoon reference, hasn't it, then, for the Haas team. Unfortunately, hopefully Haas has not got a spoon going into this season's championship. I'm hoping that they will be a bit more further up the field. Unless, of course, you've got Farf and Nigel in the Haas cars, haven't you, then? They're very good somebody. You can tell Easter's around the corner, can't you, there, as I'm trying to butter Farf up so I can have an Easter egg off him. Out of the Scar chicane, look, there's the front two in front there, 6 seconds per second there, happy as Larry, with Smithy Almighty in 3rd position, Movement 4th, 5th position is Slayer, with Sick as Muck in 6th position. It's a very good drive from Smithy at the moment. They're flying through the field, very, very good stuff indeed. Then out of the parabolic, back on board the Ferrari driver of Slayer. Ferrari then hoping to get a good result then, but with the boat, it is Slayer doing a good job there, homing in on Movement. Sick as Muck struggling. Go contact there is Slayer right into the gearbox of Movement, and Sick as Muck there forcing Dynamite down off the circuit. And goodness gracious me, as Sick as Muck there, and World Gamer on the outside, incredible through Curve Grande, and more. My goodness gracious me, then, as the drivers there is getting very heated here. My goodness gracious. gracious me. Of course, the golden rule is only to make one. Well, to be honest, in league racing, I suppose you could be a bit more lenient, couldn't you? But the golden rule is to make only one move on the straight then, and that is it done there. But goodness me, as unfortunately Six Monk jumped down the order, Marsky, then here he comes. He's going to use a two-time Grand Prix winner, 6-year Grand Prix start tonight. Then going to use that experience to hopefully to see if he can get past the Haas car. I think Gamer's going to go off into the distance now in at 6th position in that Red Bull car. Gamer doing a great job flying through the field quite nicely indeed. Then top 10, it looks like this. Brooksy and Jay Hings 4.5 seconds in front of Smithy in 3rd position. Movement now in 4th position there, but Slayer is in 5th position. I'm not sure Slayer is weaving because unhappy with Movement's defense there, or if Slayer almost lost the car at Curva Grande. We only seen the end of that there, but that's two times now in the last in the opening 9 laps here that we've had issues out through Curva Grande then, which is normally in dry. Quite a straightforward corner there, but it's been anything but in this Grand Prix at the moment now. Here's the Elder Statesman, Serious Mushroom there coming out of turn 1 there. He's not going to be happy on that, is he now? Of course, Serious Mushroom there coming through Curva Grande. Once again, which seems to be the issue tonight. That is out there, all over the back of Moomin once again. Moomin about 3 seconds behind at Smithy Almighty. Smithy Almighty is just absolutely, you can't even see him there. He's already through the first of the 2 Lesmos here. But Slayer, I think, has the legs over the Alpha Town. So I think Marsky, who is going to be looking back now in his mirrors, at lovely helmet is on, by the way, from Dino Down. I do love the pink helmet, fantastic. Oh, I had some refrigerators earlier on, and they've really started to repeat on me. I need to remember to kind of have some food before I really get into this. Oh, it's Scuba Shoes got Norris penalty. Oh, Scuba Shoes got penalty so far, but down in 13th now, Scuba Shoes, and unfortunately those penalties will be added to the end of his race time there, which is a bit disappointing for Scuba Shoes. So he's not going to be able to do much about that then. And Jay Hings takes the lead with Brooksy down into 2nd position. They're slipstreaming each other along quite nicely now in this one there. Of course, it is very, I think it is very much big brain time for the top 2, isn't there? They do not want to lose as a Serious Mushroom through into 10th position. They do not want to lose. They do not want to lose that time battling, especially in the early stages of this championship there. And then of course they do not want to be fighting and letting other drivers like Smith and Whitey, like in Belgium there, come through, open the back door and let Smith and Whitey through potentially. I'm a Simon Smith and Whitey's win in Belgium short. I definitely am, because it was a brilliant drive indeed there. But that's what the top 2 do not want to do. So they are just not going to be fighting hammer and tongs then. I do feel that they will start to really get their really start to get their elbows out later on in this race. But for now, they are gapping the back. They are gapping the field quite nicely indeed, and they're also on the harder tire, which will extend much further into this Grand Prix as well, because they've also got to think about the undercut here. Slayer having a look then, not quite there into the parabolica. And Slayer's got a lot of errs here. And then you can see is I don't usually have the term John Chocolate 17. I usually take it off end just so that just basically so that Jay Hings has lost the lead where Brooksy's through. And now here comes Slayer, passes Movement up into 4th position. Now what can Slayer do? Has Slayer got anything? Has got anything left now in that Ferrari there to now put away from Movement, or will Movement come back at him then? So Movement there is going to be able to stay within DRS range here. We just seen, I think that was Diamond Dan getting past Marsky here. Movement's now got to stay within DRS range here and have a chance maybe up into the Ascar chicane. I love this Helicam shop. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And you see, look at the tire marks on that circuit. That's just the braking power of these cars. It's incredible, isn't it? The amount of rubber which is left on the racing line. It is superb stuff indeed. Lovely shot here from the over the shoulder view from Movement. Movement there has got their target in sight. Movement in the wants to be the leading Italian manufacturer or constructor in this race. At the moment, no, it is Slayer who is the leading manufacturer or constructor in this race. But Slayer though is going to be feeling a bit vulnerable now, because here comes Movement. And is Movement going to have a look on the inside? Look at this, and not quite. Movement has got a straight, has got DRS then. Slayer has not got no DRS then, so coming down the pit straight here. Watch this now. Movement's going to open the rear wing there. Gamer's had an issue somewhere. Well, I say he's had an issue. I think the Sigma Muck is on an absolute flyer of a lap then. Here comes Movement, and now Movement alongside then using DRS. And look at that second Alpha Terry. That's Serious Rusher in the background. And up the inside there. What about Gamer and Sickers Mutt there? Fighting as well. Sickers Mutt couldn't get on the power there. Once again, that back end is it's not very stable there for Sickers Mutt. And Movement there going through Curva Grande here. Slayer is going to have to really get his elbows out here. Can Movement have a look down into the Dalla Roger chicane? Not quite there. Of course, you very much need to be clipping the sausage curb there for Movement, but it's okay. Don't think Movement lost too much time there. But look at Gamer and Sickers Mutt now. They're all in DRS range now of Slayer and Movement, and that is not what the either drivers wanted there. Gamer flying through the field. Sickers Mutt there, a second back. He would not have DRS Serious Rush won't. So Marsky, no, Marsky won't either because Dynamo Dan will, though. Dynamo Dan is absolutely flying on this lap there. As we got Smithy there currently in third position, then 5 seconds in front of Slayer and Movement with a Gamer and Sickers Mutt then having an incredible scrap here at the moment. Coming through into the parabolic once again, back on board with Movement. Movement stealing the show tonight there. as we got, when is the first round of pit stops going to come then? So we're about half distance in this race, give or take a couple of laps then. So yellow flag, what's happened? Marsky has had an issue, but that's yellow flag at the front of the field, and I think it's for Rocket Lee. So 5-second penalty for Scooby Stew coming into the pits, go for the undercut, but that's a major problem there. Rocket Lee has been lapped, and that's just, I feel that's going to be a tough race now for Rocket Lee, because when you get lapped in Grand Prix races, it's very difficult to get unlapped then, and you'll need a safety car, but more yellow flags as Rocket Lee is just getting out of the way then, and what a nightmare now for Rocket Lee. It's going to be a tough race from here on in for Rocket Lee, isn't it? There, I think that Rocket Lee will probably need, I think the drivers will be in the pits, but Rocket Lee was certainly in the safety car at some point. All 20 cars still running at the moment now. Albeit it was getting very close on the lap there, wasn't it? So Stu a bit frustrated, I feel, that in the Mercedes. A great start to this race there, but unfortunately he's picked up some penalties there. Movement is having a look into the Oscar chicane. Nothing doing there then for Movement. Serious Mushroom is up to 8th position now, and Serious Mushroom is now there he is. Serious Mushroom then is now coming onto the back then, and look at that then. I wonder if that's a bit of tactics there from Slayer, because the DRS detection zone is here. So now he would have a chance to open the rear wing in the Ferrari and potentially have a go at getting past it. Whoa! That certainly took me by surprise there. Hings has retaken the lead, getting past Brooksy, but it's Movement who is in the pits first. And Movement is certainly very much the domino effect here, and is starting to push those dominoes over. Slayer is now leading this trio of cars with Serious Mushroom the outsider at the moment there, but let's see what Serious Mushroom can do in that second AlphaTauri. We'll keep an eye on what Movement does, and Movement then very early pitter along with Vintage as well. So what is the other medium runs going to do? Do you reckon they're going to stay out, come in the pits then and go on the softer tyre for the end of the race? So Movement certainly going on to the harder tyre here at this moment from then. Vintage also going on the hard tyre. Kiki has just gone up into 18th position now. That just shows how much time that Kiki lost on the opening stage of this Grand Prix. If you just joined us, Kiki was lost the lead off the start there with a great start there from Brooksy into the first chicane then, but I'm not sure if it got a bit too close. If Kiki lost the car, of course they got very skinny rear wings on these Formula 1 cars here in Monza, and they cause the lowest downforce configuration of the season. As Gamer having a look there, but nothing doing at the moment there. So have we got any other drivers in the pits? Jay Hings has lost the lead there with Brooks coming in, then everyone has stayed out. I think to me these drivers then are coming. There's contact, I think. There's a big contact there between, and it's Swanshanks and Winnie's stuck there, and Winnie's had to reset the track. But of course, when you're stuck, you are allowed to reset the track there. I have read that part of the rules. Winnie there, unfortunately, having to issue it, and a 5-second penalty for Winnie. Serious Mushroom has come out of the pits. That was kind of probably been helpful for a safety car there. If Winnie didn't reset the track, that would have been a safety car. So hats off for Winnie there for avoided any shenanigans in the safety car. Moving in 11th position with Serious Mushroom in 12th. Look at that then, how much closer Serious Mushroom is to Moomin. So Alpha Tower has definitely much playing the hard tire game here. Back here, then Gamer, unbeknownst to us, has been watching the shenanigans behind these drivers. Gamer's now up into 4th position. Gone from 20th to 4th at the moment. Gamer, and of course, Gamer, a former silver race winner. And of course, Gamer was in the top 3 of the gold championship before having to bow out of Formula 1 racing for the time being. But very quick peddler is Gamer, and he's shown he's lost none of his speed here tonight. Jay Hinks has got a 5-second penalty for the race leader. That is not ideal, and that is advantage to Brooksy now. But of course, going for the undercut here, Jay Hinks might be able to get track for this year, but then he's got the time penalty. Medium tyres are on for Hinks, and I expect Brooksy to be in a lap or 2 time as well. But Jay Hinks not ideal. Scooby Steele, no penalty there. And where is Jay Hinks going to come out then? And I think his closest challengers who come to bits is Moomin and Serious Mushroom, who've only just come through the Alberetta turn. And you'll see there, you'll just see it in the background. Unfortunately, you couldn't there, but you just in the AlphaTauri in the background just coming into view. Gamer out on soft tyres there. So yes, it is a couple of soft tyres. And one of the AlphaTauri drivers are going to be a bit concerned by that then, as Scooby Stew there, frustrated I think out of the Grand Prix. The penalties were starting to rack up. Starters also on the soft tyres here. I think the AlphaTauri drivers are going to be a bit concerned by this, and maybe they should have gone to the pits then, and maybe they should have gone to the soft tyres potentially, because we're over half distance now. I think the rest of the medium runners might be going on to the soft tyre as well. When is Brooks going to come out of the pits? So we've got one retirement so far, which is Scooby Stew out to the race there. Scooby Stew, such a good start, as sick as muck, man. My goodness me. Good save there. Goodness gracious me there. Very good save indeed there for Six Mug, because I thought that he could have been the scenery there, which would have been a safety car. Brooksy has managed to slow the car down. One of the toughest pit ins here, isn't there? Because you're coming from out of the parabolica, coming straight into the pit lane, flying into the pit lane, and coming back out, and slowing down then to the pit lane speed limiter. Coming out of the pits now, whilst Swift Mighty from 10th on the grid leads this way. Slayer in 2nd position. Brooksy currently in 3rd position. Jay Hinks there has the advantage there. Sick as Muck coming into the pits as well. There's also Dynamo Dan, a lovely helmet design, the best helmet design of the season in my opinion. Now Sick as Muck out of the pits now. There goes the 2 AlphaTauri. Serious Mushroom has been delayed somewhere. Hasn't Serious Mushroom there? Hasn't got on the pace. Hasn't got the pace there, has he? And it's dropped back to almost 2 seconds there. Disappointing there for Serious Mushroom. I'm not sure, because I'm sure he's less than this. I'm sure he's about a second back, but he's lost a second somewhere between himself and his teammate there from Serious Mushroom. He might have to get the old toe down now, I think. Kiki in the pits and going to soft tyres to the end of the race for Kiki. Hats off to Kiki for carrying on with this. We do not know what happened at the start of the race then, so that remains to be seen there for Kiki. But we'll soon, we'll have it. We'll ask in the interviews after the race, I reckon. Let's get the old juicy gossip going, shall we? And I do love to stir the pot, but into the pits now comes Smith and Mighty. Great drive from Smithy, by the way. Personally, my drive of the day from 10th on the grid there, right up into, he was leading the race, and he's a de facto 3rd at the moment. Slayer has stayed out. I wonder if Slayer is going to be trying doing a bit of goal hanging here, maybe getting a safety car. Jay Hinks set the fast on the race, so Jay Hinks has reset. He's got to put his toe down now if he wants to win this Italian Grand Prix. Whereas Yamakovic, he comes into the pits now. Gamer coming, Gamer's flying through. He's got the fast up race, and Gamer has said Smithy Almighty podium might be under threat from Gamer, who is on an absolute charge at the moment. Use a bit of slipstream as well, then going right to the gearbox now, and is in DRS range. That is not ideal at all for Smithy. Moving in 6th position, 6th Muck 7, Serious Mushroom in 8th on the hard tyres. It's the only AlphaTauri drivers, and Kaz, Swan Shanks and Vince have gone on hard tyres. Everyone else then has gone from the mediums to the soft tyres here. I wonder if the AlphaTauri drivers, we've already mentioned, that might be a problem then. in this race. Diamond down in 9th position. Styles, another great drive. Styles seems to, when Styles has one good result, then it just seems to have a snowball effect, doesn't it? For Styles, and a great drive indeed there. Look at that, inch perfect through the Dalla Roger chicane there. But I think that Marsky is very much feeling hungry for another point then for the Alfa Romeo team. Kaz on a superb 12th position, Duncan David 13th, Winnie 14th, Yamakovic down in 15th position there. Got caught up in the first lap shenanigans with no safety cars or anything like that. Just shows how difficult it is there. Unfortunately for Rocket Lee, Rocket Lee is now not lapped anymore, but Jay Hings and Brooksy are very close to the back of him now. So unfortunately, Rocket Lee's going to have to get his toe down now if he doesn't want to get lapped. So I think he was probably home for a safety car earlier on this race. Brooksy is about 2 seconds back in mode, but Brooksy, as long as he doesn't fall to about 5 seconds away, then Brooksy got the fast lap race, and Brooksy will win this Grand Prix, of course, with that 5-second penalty. Gamer up in the 3rd position, Smithy 4th position, Movement is in 5th with, look at that there, sick as muck in 6th position. I reckon that tyre strategy for Alpha Tyre, I'm going to be on about it, because I think this is the biggest talking point in the race so far, potentially the first lap as well, but I think as Scooby Stew has had enough, and that's such a shame for Scooby Stew. Watching Sick as muck then, all over the gearbox of the Alpha Tyre of Movement, I think the hard tyre of the Alpha Tyre drivers may not be the best call. Let's find out though, shall we, as Kiki set the fast on race and try to get a point then for Kiki, but not ideal, is it, there for the Valley 4 for the championship. They're going into the second at Lesma. Then there's Sirius Mushroom now, who is just about 2 seconds back. Slayer's coming out of the pit in 8th position. This is the best view. This is the best performance from Slayer, I think, overall Grand Prix event, and since his Grand Prix win back in round 2, which I think was Austria. It's sick as well. Every time we go through Ascari, I am very much bracing myself there. Sick as well, very much full beans through that chicane. And now we've got Duncan Dave through. And now what about Yamakovic? Down in 14th position for Yamakovic. A very quick peddler indeed than Yamakovic is, but it's been a bit difficult to run for the Aston Martin driver. But all of the gearbox and passes Kaz, moves up in the front of the position. Kaz, unfortunately, is a mobile chicane now, being on the wrong tyre. And going on the inside there, Kaz is and now we've got Slayer, who's dropped down to 9th position there, because up into 8th position now goes Dynamo Dan then. Look at that then, Dynamo Dan in there, Slayer still fighting there. We just seen Sick as Smoke through. Let's take a look at this battle here. And Yamakovic has passed the Red Bull now of Duncan Dave. Up into 8th position goes Dynamo Dan then. Dynamo Dan flying at the moment out there, with Jake the Slayer down into 9th position there. We've got penalties out there for the 2 of the top 3 drivers do have penalties. Smithfield Mighty needs to stay within the 3-second window of Gamer to keep that podium place then, because can Smithfield Mighty do it? But currently he is my driver of the day. He's been superb out there at the moment now. Probably along with Sirius Mushroom as well, doing a good job. We'll take a look at the position changes. And of course, driver of the day vote will be out momentarily. I'll say momentarily, probably about another couple of laps or so. As Gamer Day once again, look at this set. Look, they don't want DRS. Neither of them wants to be first going into the parabolic, because then they would give the other driver the DRS. And now Gamer has DRS. And now he's opened the rear wing, going alongside Smithfield Mighty and going down to 1. The first time I ever seen the drivers really slowing up for the DRS was back in 2013 between Fernando Alonso and Hamilton back in Canada. 2000, Yamakovic set the fast lap race in 2013. They were both of them slowing up, wasn't he, not to get DRS down into the hairpin. Now that was the first real time where I seen drivers slow up. And of course we had that infamous race in Saudi Arabia back in 2021. Who can forget that Grand Prix? That was a weird one, wasn't it? Indeed. I must say, maybe I should eat my words now. And Meeman and Sarah's question about putting me in my place once again, whether it's in the comments or whether it's on the track then, but both drivers are, I was saying that that's a wrong tyre call, but however, look at the two Italian cars now in 6th and 7th position there. They seem to be quite quick now, because look, Movement is keeping up with Sick as Much, and Sirius Mushroom there is driving very happily in 7th position as well, whilst Dynamite Dan and Slayer is fighting tooth and nail for the for 8th and 9th position. As we just peek through the trees here in Monza. Then Driver of the Day is out very early there for Farfar. As into the pits comes Gamer. And maybe going for soft tires again there for Gamer, and that has helped. And look at this, here comes movement. That has helped Smith your mighty then, of course, are now going up into 4th position. No, not quite. And oh gosh, there's a bit of a rubbing wheels there between the two cars. There's a yellow flag up there. What's happened? And what has happened there? Just take a look. Is it the it's Swan Shanks again at lap 21 there. Same corner as him and Winnie had issues there a few laps ago. And now Swanshanks coming into the pits on the hard tyres. Not ideal at all. Whereas Kiki got himself back up to 17th position there for Kiki. He was very much almost half a lap down. When it's back at the front there. Jay Hings has lost time. We see that quite a lot in the second stint there for Jay Hings there. It really shows thick as mud. And I think he's furious himself there as he's wiggling the car from left to right. I think that that is a very frustrated Haas drive. Virtual safety car. And why is that? Whilst what's happening? There's a VSC up there, and it's for Rocket Lee. Rocket Lee has lost the front wing now, has overtaken one of the McLarens there at Smithy, and Rocket Lee unfortunately has had problems there at the Scottish Gate. What's happened to Smithy? Smithy's lost positions here, and oh goodness gracious me, he's taken the position back, Smithy has, but he's lost an abundance amount of time here for the Ferrari of Rocket Lee, who's coming into the pits now. But Smithfield Mighty, of course, this is a 5-second penalty as well. Into the pits comes sick as muck, and that's only 5 laps on the soft tyres there. So this might be a game changer. This virtual safety car drive-through penalty for winning that safety car. I'm going to be honest. I think that might be a big mistake from sick as muck and Marsky, unfortunately. Drive Day is out, Mushroom 67% of the vote there. Smithy 33% there. Winnie's got a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. We'll take a look at penalties in just a jiffy. I think that maybe, as I've said then, I think I'm wrong actually about the strategical call from the AlphaTauri drivers, both in 4th and 5th position there. They've elevated themselves up. Really good job indeed there from Serious Mushroom as well. Just shows I know nothing about strategy, does it? I've done this for 10 seasons and I'm still none the wiser. And like, oh good God. Done then as it's a good opportunity whilst we ride serenely on board with Dynamo Dan, of course, through Monza Park. Is it Monza Park? Well, let's go to Monza Park, shall we? Through Monza Park, then, as on this lush, gorgeous Tuesday afternoon, evening here for the Italian Grand Prix. Tomorrow night we are going to be in the desert for the Bahrain Grand Prix, 100% and 78. 57 laps around the Sakhir circuit, and that's where the championship for gold, silver, and bronze heads next week, of course. And it's going to be very interesting because the bronze championship is very much at a tipping point in the championship at the moment, isn't it? As we go down down into the first chicane there. Brooksy, of course, Brooksy doesn't need to do anything. He can stay in this position now. Jay Hings, that 5-second penalty, he's going to kick himself. And I think he's also lost in the World Championship as well. Brooksy has raced one race less, but I think both drivers have scored in the same amount of races in this one. There's Dynamo Dan having a look there on the outside of Serious Rush there. Dynamo Dan there, of course, probably feeling a bit hurt still from the Belgium race there, where potentially he could have won that race there. But it was on the last lap there, of course. Rain late on. Was it rain late on then, or drying out late on then? And very much it was a teeter. It was teetering, wasn't it, between Hero and Zero stuff there. Between Dynamo Dan and Smithfield Mighty at the top of Lake Gob. Serious Rush now, I think it's unfortunately going to be a mobile chicane here. Hasn't got the DRS set. And look, the Ferrari having a look on the inside there. Ferrari is through. Dynamo Dan has been forced on the curb. I reckon he got beat, Dynamo Dan did. And Slayer is through and up into 5th position with 3 laps to go in this race. And here comes Serious Mushroom into the parabolic once again. Now Dynamo Dan has got to keep on the back back of that Ferrari, but he's done 7 laps, but so Serious Russian is going to be through instead then. Winnie's got no penalty here. Now then it's Serious Russian, but both drivers going to have DRS, and from that Ferrari, as Diamond down and cuts across the nose cone of the AlphaTauri, then there's Serious Russian having a look, then he's going to be on the inside to turn 1. No, Diamond down there. Slams the door shut on the nose cone of the AlphaTauri. And Diamond Dan, has he got any more tyre life? Of course, only 2 laps then, but soft tyres can go away quite quickly. They used to call it the cliff in Formula 1, didn't they? When one of the funniest radio messages I've ever heard was when I first heard that term. I think it was Malaysia 2012. I think it was from Karen Pilby, I think, where Mark Webber's old race engineer. And of course, I'm not sure who they were chasing, but of course, I just always remember Karen Pilby coming on the phone, on the blower, and saying, "Keep up with him, Mark. He's going to fall off the cliff," or something like that, which I found quite funny, to be fair. As we got a Haas driver, Swanshanks coming into the pits, as Moomin's got a penalty at the moment. Moomin will not lose that position there, but now that is going to really give Slayer some kind of momentum now. Has he got anything left in these these soft tyres to get back in front of Moomin? Currently at the moment it's a 10th of a second, 2 laps to go in this Italian Grand Prix. What a race we've had here tonight then. It's been very enthralling to say the least then. As the pit stop there for Swanshanks coming out of the pits now. Jay Hings leads him, but that's a 5-second penalty unfortunately for his efforts. 3 seconds for Moomin. He's got a 2/10 of a second advantage as over Slayer, and here comes Dynamo down, and it could actually go higher here because they're all fighting tooth and nail for 5th, 6th and 7th there, which is between Dynamo down, Slayer and Mushroom. Yamakovic, and unbeknownst to me, is now up into as the yellow flag is for the Haas driver of Swanshanks getting out of its way. Very good stuff indeed then. Swanshanks has trying to go for fast up here. Then we got Yamakovic. Then we got Gamer on 3-second penalties, but staying in 9th position as it stands there with Stars in 10th position. Duncan Dave 11th, 12th position is Siggers Marski 13th, Kaz in 14th, 15th for Vintage with Winnie 16th, Kiki, Swanshanks and Lee. Hats off to Lee, by the way, Kiki and Swanshanks and Winnie for sticking at it because it's been a very difficult race, and Winnie, especially Kiki then finally getting pole position then, but it all went wrong after the opening exchanges in this race there, and we do not 100% know what happened to Kiki. We'll hopefully ask Brooksy or Jay Hings after this Grand Prix. Smithy Almighty coming for a position there, and in the top 3 in the race, also the top 3 in the championship as well, and that's how they're going to stay in the World Championship as well if they finish where they are, which means that Brooksy will take the lead in the Drivers' Championship for bronze, and Smithy Almighty doing a great job actually. Only 24% of the vote for Smithy Almighty. Serious Mushroom has 75% of the vote so far for Driver of the Day. We'll keep Driver of the Day open there to the end of this race, and Slayer back up the inside. He's done it. Look, they're tickling. They're very much tickling that gap they need then to get themselves in front of Moomin here. They just need to find a 10th of a second, and here comes Yamakovic on the outside of the Mushroom. He's free. Yamakovic having his hand for the shake. Can make it 6 here on the inside. Oh, contact there, and Serious Mushroom is free. More contact there. Yamakovic stopped the circuit there. Oh my goodness gracious me! A lot of elbows out there as they're all desperately trying to get through within this final exchanges of the Grand Prix here. As Moomin might have Kiki got the fast out of the race, and that bonus point could be crucial later on. Is Kiki terrible race today for Kiki, but that point may help him later on in the World Championship there. Out of the final turn there, Jay Hings is going to cross the line first, but it's going to be Brooksy taking the plaudits, and Brooksy wins his 3rd Grand Prix win of his career. So Brooksy, championship leader as well now for Brooksy. Jay Hinks in 2nd position. It's a McLaren 1-3 once again. If Smith and White don't have issues, they're down into the final turn. But a McLaren 1-3 extends early in the Constructors' Championship. Brooksy takes the lead in the Drivers' Championship. 3rd Grand Prix win as well. We've got yellow flags down at I know who's that? That's Gamer then, who's just having issues on the final turn there, and giving Duncan Dave and his teammate his final point now with Stars getting 8th position. Sorry, 9th position there. Yamakovic might be feeling a bit of grief there. Dynamo Dan 7,500 second off the off 5th position there. Unfortunately, but Slayer did pinch 5th position away from movement in the end, and they had a bit of a qualifying up there, didn't they? Great to me. GG, Slayer saying in 5th I had one warning with 20 laps of the race left then movement, but I think movement will be very happy with that then. I was lambasting both the AlphaTauris because I thought that was the may have been the wrong call on tyre strategy, but it certainly wasn't. Was it good stuff indeed there for good stuff indeed there for the AlphaTauris. Hards were, well, Serious Motion is now disagreeing with me because Hards were not very good then. So I'm wondering what could have been if the AlphaTauris did go on the soft tyres, which seemed to be the preferred race tyre at the end of that one there. Hang on, I've lost me sound thingy. Oh, there it is. But there is Brooksy, championship leader now on the best podium in Formula One, potentially, but he shakes the dignitary's hand, lost the trophy, and a job well done to Brooksy. We didn't see much of Brooksy, to be fair, or Jay Hings, as there were swapping positions there, but I think it was getting a bit rude in the midfield, wasn't there? It was getting very close for a bit too close for comfort, wasn't there? Draw of the day, Smithy 54% of the vote. Now Smithy's overturned that deficit in the end. Then not only in qualifying, but also the draw of the day vote as well. Let's take a final look at the classification, shall we, from the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza, and it is Brooksy, third race win of his career, and now leads the world the bronze championship. Jay Hings second today. That 5-second penalty could be costly for Hings. I'd say, well, it is costly. He's lost the lead in the championship. Smithy drive the day from 12th to 3rd as well. Great drive, and McLaren extends the lead in the constructors championship. Fourth position, Slayer. Great drive from Slayer. Back to the best, I reckon, potentially. Moomin, great drive the 5th area. Dynamo Dan, expert drive, and same with Serious versus Land 7. Yamakovic in 8th position. 9th position stars. Duncan Dave, great drive in 10th position. Sickles Mike, that extra pit stop cost him, I think. Marsky in 12th position. Kaz, Gamer, Vintage, Kiki, fastest up there. Winnie, Swanshanks, Rocket Lee, and the retirement was Scuba Stew out of the Italian Grand Prix. And Brooksy, you're the championship leader of Bronze, and that must sound pretty good.
There's too much pressure on me now. I said to Jake in the party, like, kind of hoped he would have won to gain a bit more in the championship, because there's always just more pressure now, which I didn't want. But it should be alright.
So could you expand on that now? More pressure. Do you feel now you have a target on the back there, on your back? Then would you rather have been the Would you rather have been the hunter rather than the prey?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like everyone wants to come at you now, especially when you're leading it. So hopefully I can keep it, but time will tell.
Oh, apologies about that. And of course, I got to ask the question that there's a lot of shenanigans going on in the opening couple of laps. Then, did you and Kiki make contact coming out of Curva Grande then? Because we only caught the end of it where Kiki lost control. Was that all of his own accord then, or was there other issues going on?
Well, I think he didn't have a good start, which I had a good start, and then we've come into turn 1. He's whacked the side of my car, which I'm surprised I didn't get damage from on the front wing, and then he just dived up the left, like my right hand side. I didn't expect him to be there, but there was enough space, and then I think he went on the grass, and obviously that was that. But I think I left enough space anyway. But I didn't expect him to dive bomb there. I thought he would have just relaxed and like DRS trained like me and Jake did throughout the whole race.
And talking about that start as well, because you was on the harder tyres. A man like myself who's not a racer I would have expected you and Jay Hinks to be quite happy in second and third position and just like maybe keeping the DRS of Kiki, but that is not the case at all. You had a cracking start on those hard tyres. What was your secret there?
I just had minimum revs. I was kind of hoping it would have been Kiki leading from the start, so like a bit like Zandvoort, we got away from the pack and then just DRS trained, but he'll say it's my fault, I'm going to say it's his fault, but we're both racing at the end of the day.
Don't blame me, I would have done that as well, even if it is my fault. Well done, Steve Brooks. Then you're now the new leader of the Bronze Championship. Good stuff indeed. Jay Hings, that race, you and Brooks had a cracking race, but unfortunately, though, I have to ask you about that 5-second penalty. That possibly cost you the championship lead today.
Yeah, just a silly mistake, really. Haven't really practiced pitting at this track, and due to stuff like you just coming into the pit quite fast and low wings, and just really didn't kind of pick up on it well enough, then brake early enough, then obviously sped into the pit lane.
I'm going to be honest. Apart from that, you and Brooks had quite a straightforward race. Then it seemed that you both were just swapping positions there and just quite happy to like pull each other along. Oh gosh, I could go down a dark path. But you two were very happy to just DRS each other and very happy there and getting it and gapping the rest of the field. Then was that your game plan, or was you kind of like, or was you just happy to sit in second position?
I think it's always easier to kind of help each other in that situation, especially on the same strategy, because then it's kind of only us two for the win. So, like, for example, you lose a couple of seconds, or in my case, I get a penalty. Because we've worked together and broke away from the pack, I'm not losing positions. So it helps just kind of solidify that we're going to get a 1-2, and then you can fight on the last couple of laps to see who's 1 and who's 2.
I'm very happy with that because I sound very clever in the commentary box. Sound fantastic. And and the last query I've got then as well is, did you when before you came in the pits then, what you thinking about maybe going on soft tires then? You both went on the medium tires then. What you thinking? Oh, could I go on soft tires and maybe stretch them out and put pressure on Brooksy, or was the medium tire just the safest option?
I think, especially with the wet qualifying session, so like you had a spare set of softs, kind of fresh. It's definitely a thought. I was thinking about doing medium soft, but I think once I started on hard, it was always going to be medium, so I'd go into.
Very good stuff today. Well done to Brooksy and Jay Hinks. What a performance indeed then. And Smithy Almighty, I must say, your qualifying hasn't been very good, but goodness me, I'll start on negative. But let's go on the positives. Another podium today as well, and I must say it was getting a bit dicey down in turn one then. But they seem to just get out of your way for you. I've got to say, what have you been doing this week? Because I'm going to ask you for the lottery numbers. That was very lucky.
Yeah, I ain't got. Like I say, I'm well happy with that. But yeah, to pick up what you said to begin with, yeah, you're right. The qualifying's been crap. I need to pick it up. I can see to be like qualifying consistently around 10th, so I need to sort that out. But yeah, like I say, I was quite lucky at turn one. I managed to kind of like felt like Moses parting the river.
It certainly was. And maybe you've taken a leaf out of course, Brooksy's race engineer, Percy. Percy's qualifying's has not been the best, but he always seems to get on the podium as well then. So have you taken Percy's lead on this one then, potentially following his his technique?
Yeah, well, it potentially looks like it. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't intentional, but I mean, if that's what it's looking like. But yeah, no, like I say, I know I need to sort my qualifying out. I do a lot of practice for time trials and stuff like that, but when it comes to actually doing it on qualifying, it never seems to link the lap together. So yeah, I've got to get that sorted.
But let's go on with the race, shall we? Because the race itself was absolutely superb. We did mention about it getting dicey, but as soon as you got past those trio of cars, then it just you had the pace there to just gap them, and you seemed to have a lonely race after that. Then was it difficult to just stay in the zone?
Yeah, it was a little bit. I mean, that was more, I think, maintaining like the balance as well. I got to a point where I knew Brooksy and Jay Hings were too quick and I weren't going to catch them. So that was kind of like more maintaining the gap behind me, whilst if anything crazy did happen or any penalties did arise up the top front, I was still within kind of like shooting distance from it. But during the VSC, Rocket Lee had stopped, and because he had obviously was a car that was lapped, I went to go past him, and that gave me an illegal overtake, so I had to come back there, and I think I lost about 9 seconds in the VSC, so I was bricking myself a little bit then, hoping that Moomin and the likes wouldn't overtake me, but luckily I managed to break from them as well.
I was very lucky indeed then, and of course going on to Bahrain then. At the moment, you're in third position, and I'd say a very comfortable third at the moment. Then, do you with Jay Hings and Brooksy just a bit too far in front? Then, do you think you can maybe get some more pace and potentially challenge the top two?
Potentially, yeah. I think that would be one of them things I'd need maybe a little bit of drama to happen between them two in order to get me fully into the mix. But yeah, I mean, that's the aim, that's the target, to get up there, mix and kind of like trying to be consistently fighting for the win. But yeah, just I suppose being on the podium consistently is going to be is a target in itself. So yeah, just keep trying to do what I'm doing.
Really good stuff. Well done to the top three today. Brooksy takes it in the World Championship. Jay Hings has dropped down to second, and Smithy Almighty gets third position. And I like interviewing those three because it makes my job so much easier, doesn't it? Fantastic. And unlike Farf, of course, and worst interview in ALR. Right, that's going to be it then for tonight. Then tomorrow night, Knowlesy then hopefully with the face cam will be back tomorrow as well to take you through 57 laps at the Jewel in the Desert in Bahrain. And that's going to get very interesting, isn't it? I'll be back on Sunday as we will be keeping up with the tradition of Bahrain for gold, silver, and bronze. Looking forward to that. That's going to be cracking one indeed. Then that is it then for me. Have a good one.